Okay, so we had to postpone our trip, so we got a new place to stay in for 6 nights to give the A-man plenty of chance to heal up. But it actually ended up being a good thing because we just got all our supplies laid out, which we could not do in the hotel room because we were packed in like sardines. So now we've got a new place. It actually was like half the price. It's out of Tamil, so it's not as busy. It's not as dusty either. And we got this whole apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, 2 beds, 2 baths, kitchen, a living room, place to kind of spread out. So we got all our stuff that we're bringing on the trek. We were able to put it on the table, and then we realized, we're missing some things. And we're missing like 5 or 6 or 7 things. So yesterday we went out and we got those things, and I thought now would be a good time to do a video to show what we're packing on this trek. So it's actually been a very good thing that we postponed because we might have run into a little bit of a problem. Because the situation is we're doing this and we're doing it without a guide, as I've said before, and we're doing it without a porter, right? And I think we're going to do it. Right now, we've had most of this already packed in the backpacks here. Here's our backpacks. And it looks like we'll be able to carry all this stuff. We haven't packed everything into the backpacks because we went out and got some more stuff, but I think we've packed in probably like 90-something%. None of us, except for Amy, and she did it when she was very young, have been on a multi-day trek before. We haven't done it. I haven't done it. The boys haven't done it. I've gone out for very long daily treks, but I've never been on a multi-day trek. And it's not like we're doing a multi-day trek where we have to go and stay in our tents and we got to bring everything with us. And we got to bring all our food with us because we don't, because we're hopping to tea house to tea house to tea house. And if you don't know what a tea house is, it's just a small lodge, right? Where there's a little bit of room where you can sleep. Basically, rooms where there's like maybe 2 or 3 beds where you sleep. And they do have food there, food and drink. And then you pack up and you move to the next tea house. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours away, depending where you are in the trek. By no means are we experts at packing for a multi-day trek. We've never done it before. That would be the benefit of going with an actual company, an actual trekking company, is they would know exactly what to bring. However, we did go to Shona's, and Shona's was very informative on what we did need to bring and what we don't need to bring. And I even said to them, hey, can I get some of this? They go, you don't need it. And they wouldn't sell it to me because they just didn't feel like I needed this extra thing or this extra thing. So that was pretty cool. So we're going to find out in this video, right? But we're not dumb. We're not dumb. We've done a tremendous amount of research. We wouldn't just jump out there and go trekking without doing plenty of research. I've read about every blog you can and watched every YouTube video you can on people that have done the trekking with a guide and a porter and people that have done it independently. I've not read any guides or videos about someone doing it independently with kids. That's what I've never seen. I've never seen that. So I'm sure that they've done it. I just cannot find it anywhere. That's why I really want to do this vlog and really show the day-to-day of what we run into. Because one, we're going to either look very adventurous, or 2, we're going to look back and say, wow, we were really stupid. So one of those 2 things are going to happen. Now, we already know that we're a little bit more adventurous than the norm. We know that already. However, is this too much? Because like nobody does this. Is this too much? Or people don't do it just because they just don't think about it. I don't know. Another thing is I've told several people that were doing this, people that just got back because we were in Tampa, we were staying at the hotel, just you get in conversation with people. And everyone, one for one that I've talked to, they're like, oh, you're not getting a porter? You're not getting a guide? Oh, I'd really reconsider that. I really think you should reconsider that. So it doesn't make you feel too comfortable. There was one guy that I was talking to, he just got back from the ABC trek. He did tell me that he saw a mom and a dad and 2 kids, I think a little bit older than our guys doing the trek, without a porter and a guide. However, he said that the dad had already done the trek like 3 or 4 times. But that's the only story I've seen so far. I know kids do this, but once again, they do it with a porter and they do it with a guide. Now, by the time you're watching this, we're already going to be gone. Realize that that's going to be like, we're going to be in Lukla by the time that, Lukla is the first place that we fly into. We're going to be gone. There's no chance that we're going to add on anything. Or if you say, oh, you should have brought such and such, too late. Just to let you know. Here's the different layers. You got base layers, you got your underwear and socks layer, you got a mid layer, and then you got a warm layer, and then you also have your rain layer, right? So you have all these different layers. And you don't want to pack too much because, well, you can't wash it. You're not going to wash anything on the trek. There's no laundry mats. So you have to pack with a lot of synthetic stuff so that it dries and it doesn't stink, because we all know that cotton is going to stink. Wool is not synthetic. It's also a good product. And it also doesn't stink, and it also stays warm even if it gets wet. So that's a good thing for wool. So those are the kind of things that we're thinking with. So let me show you what we got. Okay, so here's our base layers. We each got a base layer top, a warm base layer top, and we each got 2 base layer bottoms. One base layer bottom is going to be to basically sleep in if we need it. And it's going to be our clean clothes to wear when we're at the tea house every night. So we get to the tea house, we take a shower with wet wipes, and then we put on our base layers, right? Because there's no heat in a tea house, except for the common room that they have a wood stove. Not really a wood stove, because I'm pretty sure all of them fuel it with yak droppings, right? Yak chips, yak poo. So it's a yak poo stove. But anyway, we do our shower, we change into something clean, because we don't want, and then we take that off because we want to sleep in something at least semi-clean every day. So we got 2 base layer bottoms, base layer top. We got our gloves. We each got a warm hat, right? This guy here is mine. I know it's purple, but I'm comfortable with that.
Did you really have to say that?
In the tea house, it's nice to take off your shoes, your boots for the day, take off your stuff, and be able to walk around in something. A lot of people bring flip-flops. We love the Skinners, right? The shoe socks that we wore on the Keeling King trek down to the beach, if you guys seen that video. These things we freaking love. We work out in these things all the time. You throw them in the washer, they get clean. But in the tea houses, your bathroom is usually not inside. So you have to wake up in the middle of the night, you have to go to the bathroom, you have to go outside, and you obviously want to be wearing something on your feet. Skinners are perfect for that, and they are, they're basically like socks, so they pack very, very, very small. So we each got a pair of those.
It's an outhouse. It's not a bathroom.
It's a hole in the ground. It's not like there's going to be a nice place to sit down. Okay, and then and we each got 2 pair of very nice wool socks and 2 pair of light socks. Then we got our buffs. Right? I don't know if you know what buffs are. I didn't know what buffs are until they showed us at Shona's. But it's this thing right here. I'm pretty sure this is how you wear it.
Whatever.
So a buff is something that can keep your neck warm. You pull it up. For dust, you can put it over your hair. I guess if you're a woman and you want to your hair's getting all dirty because you haven't washed it in 2 weeks. Maybe, you want to keep it. Or just around your ears, keep it warm. Also, you can just use it as a headband if you're sweating. So there's probably other things you can use it for, but it's just this.
You can use it as a thin hat.
A thin hat, okay.
Yeah.
So it's just a cylindrical piece of elastic material. Then we got our mid layers, which is just basically a fleece. This is my fleece. The boys got their hoodies. Amy's got a fleece. These are our mid layers. Then we got our rain gear. You got rain pants and you got a rain jacket. We each got one pair each of that. Then we got daily shirts that we wear. We got 2 each. Boys got a long sleeve and a short sleeve. Amy's got a long sleeve and a short sleeve. I got a couple short sleeve shirts. This is just what you're wearing every day. If it gets cold, you just add on layers to that. Then we each got a pair of shorts because we're basically using our shorts on top of our base layer for the colder days walking, because we had because remember we had 2 sets of base layers, one for sleeping and then one for when it's cold during the day. And then if it gets super cold, we have our shorts, our base layer, and our rain pants, just as more layers, so we don't think it's going to be too cold for that. For our legs, our sleeping bags, quality down sleeping bags, made by Shona's. I mean, it's about as good as you can get. I think it's rated for -15. And then the same deal with the down jackets. Sleeping bag, down jacket. So this would be obviously your warm layer. Okay, and then we each got our hats. Hats from the sun. Now we're going to get to kind of the technology part of what we're bringing with us. I'm bringing my day pack that I always bring with me. I'm packing that in there. Inside here, I got my handy dandy Phoenix TK35 flashlight. If you guys saw that Lao video where Aiden was bouncing on that log and we went into the cave, this was the flashlight I used there. Really, really powerful for how small it is. And then plenty of extra rechargeable batteries. I'm not going to be recharging them on the trek, but they're recharged. And then I went ahead and I'm going to bring my trimmer because it's very, very light, and I just can't stand when I get too bushy. We got this guy here, which is the Sterapin Freedom. This is the UV light water treater. You stick it in your water, you treat it for, until maybe 48, I think it says 48 seconds, because buying bottled water gets extremely expensive, and this is a lot better for you than constantly using the iodine tablets, because after a few weeks of using those iodine tablets, it'll really...
chlorine.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, chlorine?
You can use either iodine or chlorine.
Okay. So, yeah, because I've heard a few people that said after a few weeks of using those chlorine or iodine tablets, they really they feel like it starts to drag on them, and it's like, why you want to add an extra chemical if you don't have to? And this does the job pretty well. And it also has a flashlight apparently that I just turned on. And how did I turn that on? How did that turn on? That's so weird. Says, for flashlight, hold Freedom palm in hand and smoothly rotate back and forth until activation. That's so funny, like this.
Oh.
So that turns the flashlight on? That is so funny. So, and apparently that'll turn off by itself. Okay. Well, we'll check back on that in a bit just to make sure.
Do you want to do a close-up of that so people see what it is?
Yeah. I have a multi-port charger, because we do have a few things that we need to charge up. I have my 3 terabyte Toshiba external hard drive, a small GoPro that I usually do all my time lapses on, charging cables and all that in there, some earbuds, I have some glass cleaner, some glass spray, extra batteries for that camera right there, which is the Removu K1. Then we got this guy here. We bought this a while back. And we've heard good things about it. I've heard a lot of bad things about a lot of these guys, but this is a 21-watt solar charger. Had really good reviews on Amazon. So this was one of the things that we ordered and we got in our care package when we were in Hoi An. So I only had to pay 30% extra on this. So I bought it and then had it shipped over, paid for that, and then paid for all the customs fees. But hopefully it was worth it. We're going to be using that to charge up this guy. This is a big external battery. It's heavy, but it's like 32,000 milliamp hours. So this is a really big bad daddy. Here's another one. It's about 30,000 milliamp hours. We might bring this one. We're definitely bringing this one because it fits inside this pocket here. You just basically, you put your external battery in there and it charges. You clip this on the back of your backpack while you're walking, and then you put the external battery in there and it charges throughout the day. Because on the EBC Trek, there is electricity, but the tea houses charge per hour. And I'm already bringing my laptop, so I have to charge that every day, and it's like, as the higher you get up, it starts to be like, $2, $3, $4, $5 an hour, something like that, so I've heard. The boys each got their Kindle Paperwhites, so they can do some reading. And these are awesome because the battery lasts so long. That's the only electronics that the boys are going to be bringing with them. Laptop, which is honestly extremely heavy. It's an HP laptop. It's a nice laptop, but it is 15-inch, and this sucker is heavy. But I don't have another laptop, and I have to do the editing every day, so I have to bring it with me. I'm going to do a daily vlog here. Whether I get it uploaded every day, I don't know. We do have cell service, which I can upload through if I have enough gigabytes, and if the cell service is good enough. When I went to get the SIM cards, the guys told me our cell service is very good on the EBC Trek, so we'll see. I do know some of the tea houses have internet and internet cafes, but you do have to pay per hour for that internet use, and it is expensive as well. So we'll see. I went ahead and bought a ton of gigs for the cell service, and I'm going to try to keep these daily vlogs short so that I can upload them. We're going to see how that goes. Obviously, I can't guarantee it. I will guarantee that I will edit and film every day. I just can't guarantee that it's going to be uploaded every day. Toilet paper. And we have these expandable guys. You put a little water on them and they expand. So just in case we need those as well. I don't know, what are these made out of, honey?
It's a cotton polystyrene mix.
Okay, so it's
They are biodegradable though.
They are biodegradable. Okay.
Yeah.
So you could pop a squat somewhere if we ran out of toilet paper, pop a squat, put a little water on it, wipe it up, throw it, and it's going to biodegrade and be okay for the environment?
Yeah, it's better to dig a hole.
Bury it in? Oh,
yeah.
Okay, faster.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Excellent. Travel towel, just in case, microfiber travel towel. There are going to be a couple places in the beginning that will be able to take a shower. After that, there's going to be, upwards of a week and a half, 2 weeks without any showers, all of us. So that's why we brought the baby wipes so we could wipe down every day. This is my passport holder. It's got all our travel documents in it. When you go on the trek, you do have to go through some checkpoints, so you will have to show your passport. So we got these. Also, I kept the permits are in here, and basically just all my personal stuff is in here. I just always want this with me because it's got my credit cards and all that stuff. So I don't like to have this too far away from me. I always travel with this in my backpack. This never gets checked anywhere. This is my most valuable little piece of luggage here. We each got some lip balm that we're going to be carrying with us in our pockets. We bought a couple emergency blankets, not because I really think we need it, but they were cheap. Amy found them at a Daiso store, which is sort of like a dollar store, and they're so light, why not? Granola bars. These are just for those times where you just need a pick-me-up. We do plan on eating lunch and dinner and breakfast at tea houses. There should be plenty of them on there. But for those times where we have a little bit extra of a hike or something like that, or the kids just need a pick-me-up, they need something to keep them going, we got these. We have Altoids. Are we bringing these?
No, I just bought them yesterday.
Okay.
This has a mint.
Because they're sitting right there, and I just thought, okay, maybe bring in some Altoids too. They are curiously strong mints. Okay. Then we got all our water bottles. These are all big enough mouths on them to where we can stick the stereo pin in and treat the water. We each got sunglasses. I'm bringing a couple pairs of sunglasses, and then I got my regular glasses.
And you want to make sure to always bring sunglasses so that you don't get sunburned eyes.
Oh yeah. We went trekking a couple years ago up Mount Washburn before all the snow had melted. Ended up being a very difficult trek for the kids because the kids were young, and it was miserable, but it was exciting, and it was a very hard trek, and it was like it took us all day long to go up and down. It wasn't even supposed to be that long, but the snow was melting, so you'd step on the snow and you'd be sinking into the snow up to your waist sometimes. So as kids, they're sinking up the snow. We're trying to work our way through snow at times like this. So even though we all had waterproof boots on, it didn't matter. Our feet got soaked because we weren't wearing gaiters, if you know what those are. So the snow was getting into our boots. So our feet, were wet and soggy like the whole time. But so we finally got done. We got back to our camper in Yellowstone, and that night was the most horrendous night that we ever experienced because we didn't know it, but the kids had gotten sunburned eyes, right? They got the snow blindness. So it was just a miserable night for them because they couldn't sleep and they were burning, and it was just as parents, it was so miserable. Me and Amy had glasses on. We just weren't thinking with having the kids to have sunglasses on, but it's extremely important. So we learned that lesson, and we never ever want to experience that again.
I had told the boys to bring them, and they flat out refused.
Well, I guess they learned a lesson. I didn't know. Amy apparently knew, but apparently
I didn't know, but I wanted them to bring them.
Just in case. Last thing on the table that we have is our toiletry and vitamin and first aid kit bag. On this trek, obviously you have to have a first aid kit. You never know what you're going to run into. And you also need, you need to be able to brush your teeth and put on some deodorant in here. And then also vitamins. We're a big vitamin family, so we really want to stay as healthy as possible on this trek because you are likely to get sick on this trek. You're eating different foods. You're high in elevation. You're doing, weeks of exercise different than you're normally. You have a big pack on. It's going to be different. It's going to be brutal on your body. The elevation specifically, because once you higher in elevation you get, it's harder for the body to repair itself. So some of the vitamins we got in here, we're very focused on electrolytes, multivitamins, multiminerals. Another couple very important vitamins in here are salt and potassium, to keep somebody very hydrated. Also, what's also very important is if you're on a trek like this and you get some kind of stomach bug, imagine having a stomach bug and having to trek through it, and you've got the squirts or something like that. Man, that's miserable. It's miserable anything, but if you're having to trek. So one of the most important things we got in here is called Dr. Scholl's Formula 2. Now, when I got sick in Hanoi with that sugarcane juice, one of the reasons why I was able to pop out of it so quickly is because I took a lot of this Dr. Scholl's Formula 2, and it's got a few things in it, but mostly it's like bentonite clay. So it'll go in there and it'll suck all the toxins and kind of congeal everything out and kind of make your stomach act normal again so you can pass through normally. And if you have the squirts, it'll stop that, which is very important. It's sort of like taking charcoal, if you're familiar with that. We brought plenty of that in case somebody runs into something. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, if you can't go, there's called Dr. Scholl's Formula 1, and that helps you go, and it's all natural. And I'm a real big proponent of digestive health, and I think that it's good to make sure that you have your bowel movements very regular. So that's something that we always, in this family, we think about. So, whenever the boys have something going on in their tummy or something like that, the Formula 1 and the Formula 2 help out tremendously. So that's a very important thing. Did I leave anything else out of here that's important that we should go over?
Just the altitude.
Oh yeah, we found this cool altitude vitamin on Amazon. I found this stuff right here. So we're going to see if this is helpful. It's got a lot of stuff in it, but like one of the main things that's gone on it is, a lot of vitamin C, a lot of vitamin E, some ginkgo biloba extract, and through a little bit of research that I've done, that's supposed to be very helpful for that. We'll see. I think the main thing for altitude is acclimation days, but we'll take any edge, any advantage we can. Yeah, it's got its OxyBoost complex patent pending formula. I don't know. We'll see. But the reviews on Amazon by what appeared to be very legitimate people telling very real stories, it made me a believer. Trekking poles. We got a couple different kinds of trekking poles. This is your cheaper trekking pole with the twist lock. Amy and Bastion got those because I don't think they're going to be as rough on them as me and Aiden will be. And then Amy fixed them up because it is a cheap trekking pole, it didn't have any padding. Amy fixed it up to make sure that it had plenty of padding with some sports tape. Because if you research on how to use a trekking pole, you want to put, you have a lot of weight on a trekking pole, right? You're not supposed to just, you're not supposed to have a death grip on it and be going. You're supposed to be using the strap to really distribute your weight. So it's very important that you have, depending on how you hold the strap, and there's a couple different ways that you can hold the strap, and you can go do your own research on that. This is not a trekking pole demonstration, but I'm just simply pointing out that it's a really big deal to do your research to really use a trekking pole the way it's designed, and then it'll really distribute your weight and really save your knees, save your back. So, big believer in trekking poles. That's it. So now we're going to take all this stuff, we're going to pack it into the bags, and I say, it's a good point. I'm not going to be packing it into nothing because if I packed it in,
it would not fit.
It wouldn't fit, and I'd just be stomping on it. So Amy's going to pack it into the bags, and we're going to see, and we're going to just see if we can get it all in there because we really need to get it all in there. And then we're going to put the packs on, and we're going to walk around, and we're really going to see how it goes. Forgot to mention what we're wearing on our feet. Now, we've done a lot of trekking in the past, and we all kind of realize what we like and what we don't like. And me and the boys don't like boots. We just don't like having big trekking boots. And the thing about shoes is, yeah, they can get wet, but when it's cold, we have wool to keep us warm because wool keeps you warm even though it's cold. And the thing about shoes is they dry fast. So yeah, so what if they get wet? They dry fast. Amy, on the other hand, she likes ankle support. She likes a waterproof boot, and she's been using these specific boots for a long time. She had another pair, but they were a little too tight, especially when she had wool socks on. So she bought these. We had them shipped over to us in Hoi An. They're big enough for wool socks, and they're light. I mean, they're lighter than my tennis shoes. Yeah. So they're really, really nice boots. I mean, we've had top-of-the-line boots. We bought the best boots, we spared no expense, but we just didn't like them. And I just like a shoe. I like a shoe with good grip, that's comfortable and light, and that's what we do. So that's how we roll. So how is it? How is the weight on that bad boy?
It's good. I can carry it around.
Yeah? What does that mean? Like, can you carry it around for hours at a time?
Yeah, pushing myself to the limits.
That's not promising at all.
Yeah, I know.
So it's heavy?
It's pretty heavy. It's like...
Are you going to be able to survive?
Yeah.
Is the weight on your hips here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So it's not on your shoulders?
It's still on my shoulders, but it's on my waist.
Okay.
It's on my waist too.
But is it a lot on your waist? You can really feel it? You don't need to tighten it up, adjust it or anything?
I can feel a little bit.
Okay, because just know we're trying to focus where your hips your hips, which you really don't have hips, but what you do have for hips, we're trying to really make sure that it holds the weight. And you got a big pack on there. So, okay, well, you're going to be real strong after this trek. What about you, B-Man? How's your weight?
It's light.
Light?
Yeah.
Wow, I love hearing that. And you can tell it's not on your shoulders because it's up. So that's good. So I can really tell it's on your hips.
Yeah.
So that's good. Here, let me see. Show me yourself. Yeah, man, you look like a professional trekker, sir. And also, some of the clothes that you're going to be wearing are actually in the pack, because obviously you're not going to be wearing this. So it's even going to get a little bit lighter. Although one thing we didn't show in this video yet is underwear, because I don't think anybody needs to see
Yeah.
5 pairs of underwear. How is it?
It's a bit heavy, but it's a pack.
So, are we going to make it, guys? You guys are not inspiring it to the confidence. B-Man said it's light. Aiden's like, I don't know, it's pretty heavy. You're like, oh, it's a pack. It's heavy.
Yeah, I mean the weight is gonna get lighter. The weight is gonna get lighter, and we'll just have to make sure that we don't do the usual 5 to 7 hours a day and cut it down to 3.
Okay.
At least for the first quarter of it.
Okay. One of the good things about not taking a trekking company is it's your schedule. You can do what you want. If we had signed up with a trekking company, we would be in trouble right now because Aiden got sick at the last minute. We had to extend a week. What if the kids get sick? We don't want anybody pushing us, so we want to make sure that we do it on our own schedule. Okay, yeah. She has some weight on her. Okay. Now, is there a certain technique to putting packs on?
Usually you want to put it on like a couch or a chair and then sit down and put it on.
I feel light as a feather. Is that believable?
No.
Did you believe it? Okay, it's got weight on it, but I have zero doubt in my mind that I can handle this the whole way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel confident. I feel very good. I feel like with the trekking poles, taking it nice and slow and steady. I don't feel like we have any problem with this. So my confidence about doing this has just raised.
Okay.
Because before it was a little bit touch and go, but right now I feel like it's doable.
Should we go weigh them?
Oh, like with the scale?
Yeah.
Do we have a scale?
In the gym.
Oh, the gym? Oh, that'd be very interesting to see how much we're taking. Okay. Okay, we got our scale here. Let's go ahead and pop these on and see what we're dealing with. Okay, so 5.1 kilos for Bastion's pack. $9.8 kilos for Aiden's pack. 13.6 kilos for Mom's pack. And 19.8 kilos for my pack.
So, basically 20 kilos.
Okay, so that's it. That is the packing list. If we forgot anything, oh well, we're not putting anything else in there. We can't fit anything else in there. These things are, these backpacks are just cram full.
Mom is a master packer.
Mom is a master packer. There's no doubt about it. I think I'm feeling pretty good about this. And I think we're going to make it. I know we're going to make it. And wow. Okay, guys. We got a few days more here, so we're going to chill. I'm going to get some more video editing done. I got to get some other work done from the other stuff that I do. And the boys are going to get some schoolwork done. So we'll see you guys on the plane to Lukla. See ya.
Bye.